Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm here again with another weekly analysis forecast video, discussing all the pairs that I'm watching for the week ahead and sharing it with you guys. So A plus setups only. Let's get straight into this. So starting off with DXY. I'm not really a big fan of analyzing DXY. I feel like it messes with your bias quite a bit, especially if you're trading US dollar pairs. However, I know so many of you guys probably do watch this. Do keep an eye on it, so I'll go over it anyway. So if I'm looking at it on the weekly time frame, I don't see anything bullish about this pair. We failed to put in a new high here. I'm expecting lower prices on this. You'll see on the daily time frame a little more clearer. So we have been trending bearish on this pair ever since May. We've had a break of structure, literally lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower low. And I'm expecting price to come up and create a lower high now. We've got a bit of a trend line liquidity over here as well. So we've had one touch, two, and then we finally had a break on that third touch there. So what I'm overall expecting is price to come out, take the low of this trend line, which is not lining up very nicely with the minus 27 of the fib, giving me extra confluence that this is going to be the target for DXY in the coming weeks. Now, where can price come to before we see bearish momentum again? This push over here, this push up over here for me is only a retracement. So I'm looking at this order block over here. We've had this area here act as support. So we've had a support here and then support here, and then we finally broke out. Now what I've done is I've drawn a fib from the high to the low. Price is retracing. I'm expecting price to come into my fib level, line up very nicely with the with this X support level, which now could be switched into a resistance. So yeah, expecting price to come higher to then reverse and continue its bearish momentum, taking out sell side liquidity right over here. So these are my long-term targets on this pair. So next pair I'm looking at, because I'm looking at a bearish DXY, it's only going to make sense for me looking at US Swissy shorts. Now if we look at this on the weekly time frame, I discussed this a while back in my weekly video on YouTube. We had this high, so we've had a sweep of liquidity right over here. We had a high, we had a low, right? Once we put in a new low, we went all the way back up. We failed to put in a new high. So for me, this level over here is now a weak low. We failed to put in a new high. Now where is price potentially going to come back to? It's going to come back to the previous low to take out sell side liquidity. Okay, now if you look at this on the weekly time frame as well, you can see we've got an imbalance on the weekly. I'll draw that out. So there's the imbalance. Oops, that's not straight. Well, not straight. I mean, it's not even done properly. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, that's the imbalance. Now on the daily time frame, quite similar to DXY, to be honest. I don't think I need to go into much detail. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Expecting price to come higher into these levels. You can enter right at the fib level. You can enter off this weekly imbalance level, and you can target the lows right over here, which is a weak low. Next pair I'm watching is Aussie Swissy. So on the weekly time frame, you can see we swept liquidity. So we had these lows, 1, 2, 3, literally triple equal lows over here. We swept that. Now where is buy side liquidity? This move over here was sell side. Just look at that wick. For me, buy side is right over here. So my long-term target for this pair is right over here. And also with the dollar bearish, it only makes sense that we see Aussie and New Zealand dollar going higher, which we are seeing in the last 2 weeks. So yeah, the daily time frame, what have we got? We can't really see much on the daily. We can see an imbalance. You can see over here I've marked it out. We've had a sweep of liquidity at the lows. Short-term buy-side liquidity is right over there. On the 4-hour time frame as well, you can see we've got sweep of liquidity, price has gone higher, we've then come down, we've rejected off this imbalance over here, we've had rejection, we've had a sweep of liquidity again, and then we've had a break of structure, we've got an imbalance price can fall into, we've got a daily imbalance price can come into. So we've got an imbalance on the 4-hour, an imbalance on the daily time frame, we've got a sweep of liquidity right over here, we've got a break of structure right over here, and we've got an order block right over here. So there's so many confluences that this pair is going to go higher, and I'm only interested in longing this pair. I'm not interested in shorting. So entirely up to you again where you want to enter from. You can enter off this order block, you can enter off this imbalance, you could target the short-term highs, or you could literally target the long-term. It depends on how you swing and where you want to target basically. So yeah, next pair I'm looking at is EURGBP, looking at the higher time frames. One thing you've got to remember about Japanese yen pairs is like, sometimes you'll think, oh, prices come down so impulsively so we can reverse. But with this pair, every time I've seen a JPY pair do that, I've seen it go higher. Like, you know, they say the trend is your friend, but sometimes when price comes down super impulsive, you know, you just know the price is going to reverse on this pair, on a pair. But with this particular pair, or not this actually, any Japanese yen pair, I've seen price come down so impulsively just for it to continue higher. Anyways, so we're bullish on this pair. You can clearly tell we've got the low and we've got the high. We've got price wick all the way down. We haven't taken out this low. We've got a morning star pattern. So is this a reversal? Who knows? However, if you draw your premium and discount level from the high to the low, you can see we've still got a premium to target. We're still in the discount level, so we can only be looking for longs in this. Now looking at on the daily time frame, again, there's nothing much to show on here. However, when I went onto the 4-hour time frame, I marked out my premium level as my overall target for this, and we can see what we've got over here is we've got a sweep of liquidity. We've got a bit of a boss, we've got an imbalance, so expecting price to come down into this imbalance potentially, or maybe the 50% of this level, to then continue higher. Next pair I'm watching is GBPAUD. On the daily time frame, you can see what happened is we had a sweep of the highs. Now that's the high and that's the low. If we've got a sweep of the high, we've got buy side liquidity. Where is sell side? Sell side is down here. So for me, overall, I'm bearish on this pair, and long term, I am expecting price to come literally all the way here. And I am kind of calling out a reversal on this pair as well, just with Aussie strength. If, you know, although to be honest with you, because I'm a swing trader, I don't really need to look at and focus at correlations, but looking at price action too, it just looks to me as though we could be reversing on this pair. Like I said to you guys on USD CAD, let me just bring that pair up. I remember saying that I'm calling out a reversal on USD CAD, and look at that. Had I still been in this trade, this pair is still going down for like over 4% right now. So yeah, we'll see about that. However, I don't really target such long I don't have such long targets, because I'd rather just take profit off the table. However, the first target would be this low over here, and the second target would be the lows over here. Now, if we have a look at it on the weekly time frame, let's discuss this again. We've got buy side liquidity swept. We've got liquidity of these liquidity here has been swept as well. Daily, a clear imbalance over here. Price has come back to it, sweeping liquidity. We've had one rejection, 2, 3, 4, 5. Price is clearly rejecting this imbalance. We've got a shooting star candle there. We've got a shooting star candle there, engulfing the previous candle, only showing me that price wants to come down. So what we can do then is we can draw our fib from the high to the low, and then you can enter wherever you want. It could be an OTE entry, it could be a 50% entry, it could be absolutely anything. But yeah, I'm only looking for shorts on this pair. I'll just draw my structure break. The thing is, when I see these sort of liquidity plays on the higher time frame, I do be aggressive with my break of structures. I don't want a super clean break of structure, because the higher time frames are clearly indicating that this pair is potentially going to go down. Next pair I'm watching is EURGBP. I went through this in last week's analysis as well, but I'll just go over it again. So on the daily time frame, we've had a liquidity sweep. We've then gone up. We broke structure right over here. Price right now is in discount level. So for me to look for shorts in discount really doesn't make sense. So I'm favoring longs, and I will continue favoring longs until we don't take out this low here. I'll mark that out. That's the previous low. Until we don't take this out, I am not looking for shorts. However, but even if we do take this out, I'm still not interested in shorts, to be honest, because we could have a sweep of liquidity right over here, and then we could see price reverse into a premium of this leg. So either way, I'm not interested. On Monday or Tuesday, if I see something like this, like let's see, I see a sweep of this and then I see a bullish candle, I'm going to be interested in longs, and in that case I'll take longs, and my target is going to be the high over here. If I see no confirmation on this, I am not interested. But yeah, overall, I'm long on this pair. So these are only the 5 pairs I'm watching. Super A plus setups. I'm not here telling you, oh, you could long this if this happens, or you could short this if this happens. No. Straight and simple analysis. If I'm short on a pair, I am short on a pair. If I'm long on a pair, I'm long on a pair. It's as simple as that. So I hope you guys capitalize on the trades that I posted in the last couple of weeks and you've made money, because I have. August has been a great month for me. I know a lot of people say it's a slow month. That's what I've been hearing for the last 6 years. But trust me when I say this, the only time I would suggest avoid trading is during Christmas time and New Year's. So basically from around the 20th or the 22nd, 23rd of December till like the 3rd of January. That's the only time I usually see the market ranging. Besides that, because I'm a swing trader, I don't really need to focus on absolutely anything. If there's a setup, there's a setup. I've got a system in place, it works, I'm going to pull the trigger. I don't care if it's a bank holiday, I don't care about absolutely anything, to be honest. So yeah, just a bit of advice. No need to go with this whole thing of like it's a slow month, it's this, it's that. There's always a setup, and when it presents itself, pull the trigger, execute. That's the only way you're going to make money in this game. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Follow me on my Instagram. I might even see some pairs developing over the next couple of days, which I'll discuss on my Instagram. I do come on live every now and then whenever I feel like it, and I do post my setups on there as well. So it would be really appreciated if you give me a follow on my Instagram, and I will see you again next week. Until then, goodbye.